Consider a journey to visit your children in your later years, but go with eyes wide open. You may perceive a difficult insight within their gaze, that your role in their world has fundamentally shifted, that your presence, once the center of their universe, may now intersect with their lives as a momentary pause in a river flowing swiftly forward. The pace of their world is fast, and your steady rhythm can feel like an anchor in a current they must navigate. This is a profound reality, one many parents discover not with bitterness, but with a quiet understanding. We seldom speak of the age that comes from a purpose fulfilled, the feeling of transitioning from a pillar of strength to a quiet monument of the past. Your life was once built around their needs. You gave of yourself without condition, your rest, your own aspirations, your quiet strength. You offered this freely, out of a boundless sense of love. This was your path, your devotion. For many years, it was a fire that illuminated your life's purpose. But the seasons turn. The seeds you planted grew into strong trees, and they now cast their own shade. They no longer need you in the same fundamental way. And here lies a perspective we must have the courage to face sometimes. Their path diverges from yours. This is not born from a lack of love, nor a flaw in their character. It is simply that the modern world teaches us to streamline our lives, to focus on the immediate horizon. And within their optimized world, your history, your wisdom, your pace may seem like a story from another land. This is where a deep sense of sorrow can arise. From a space of deep awareness, we find countless older souls who return from these visits feeling diminished, not celebrated. They come home not filled with warmth, but with a quiet echo in their heart. The reverence and connection they hoped for seem to have dissolved. Pause for a moment and allow yourself to feel the weight of this. You arrive carrying memories and a lifetime of insight, but you may be met with hurried glances, distracted attention, and polite smiles that mask a restless mind. You offer your words with care, but their world moves with a speed that can leave your voice unheard. While you speak of the richness of the past, their minds are already in the future, in meetings, in tasks, in the constant motion of their own family life. And there you are, a still point in their spinning world, your presence deeply felt yet, perhaps not fully seen. Why would you choose to place your peace in such a precarious position? This is not said to cause pain, but to bring light. Too many good people spend their precious later years seeking reassurance from children who are not yet equipped to understand the depth of this longing. Here is a vital truth. If you do not establish the sanctity of your own peace in your later years, it will be overlooked. The respect we seek is not granted merely by age in this world. That is no longer the way. It is drawn forth by your own centered presence, not requested through guilt or expectation. You must walk with an unwavering sense of your own dignity, not a quiet desperation for approval. Too many parents enter their children's homes as if they are searching for a reflection of their worth, hoping to hear the words, "You did well, we are grateful, we see you." When these words do not come, not from malice but from distraction, a quiet collapse happens within. Listen to this: you cannot entrust your soul to hands that are not ready to hold it. Do not approach your children with a spirit that is bare and vulnerable, expecting them to provide your warmth. Go only when your own inner fire burns bright, when you know that your value is inherent and does not depend on their acknowledgement. This requires immense strength, a profound strength, born from the awareness that you have spent decades nurturing these very people. You calmed their fears and held their hands, the same hands that may now feel the passage of time. You taught them how to stand, and now they move ahead, sometimes forgetting to look back. But that is the flow of life itself. It moves ever forward, and so you too must be steadfast in protecting your own inner peace. Ancient wisdom teaches us that a spirit can become weathered in its later years, not from the body's fatigue, but from the heart's disillusionment. This happens when the emotional nourishment from the seeds of parenthood does not return in the way one imagined. They pictured a harvest of gratitude, shared meals, and joyful communion. Instead, they find a quiet field, a feeling of being on the periphery, or worse, a sense of being an obligation. You were never meant to be an obligation. You are not meant to be a faint echo in the vibrant lives of your children. If that is all that is offered, then it is an act of self-respect to retreat with grace. Reclaim your inner authority. There is no need for complaint or anger, but also no need to return to a space that diminishes you. Not until they understand that your time, your presence, is also sacred. You have earned peace, not pity. You have earned the right to be in the company of those who feel your worth without needing to be convinced. The true tragedy is how many continue to arrive at that door, time and again, hoping this time will be different. They absorb the forgotten dates, the rushed encounters, the divided attention. They tell themselves their lives are so full. It is a passing season. Yet, in their quiet moments, they know they are being gently set aside, and the space grows more distant with each visit. You must understand this. To have your essence disregarded in your later years is a greater challenge than solitude. Solitude can be a path to peace, but the erosion of self-worth touches the very root of your being. It casts a shadow on your past. It makes you question a lifetime of giving. This is a sorrow no heart should have to carry. So what is the practice? You cultivate a life that is whole in and of itself. You find new streams of meaning, new rituals, new connections. You gather with people who listen deeply, who value hard-won wisdom, who are not so caught in the race of their own lives that they forget the mountains that provided the original view. You surround yourself with beings who choose your presence not from duty, but from genuine appreciation. You cease to be the parent seeking a child's validation, and you become the elder who embodies a quiet, powerful presence. Speak less and listen more to the world around you. And when you do speak, let your words have the weight of truth, not the force of volume. Let stillness be your greatest ally, for silence has a way of amplifying dignity. You are not here to grasp or to cling. You are here to inhabit the final chapters of your life with power and grace. And if your children come to you, truly come to you with open hearts, then welcome them with warmth and love, but not with dependence, not with a hunger that asks to be filled. Remember, you are the root, not the branch. You are the deep earth, not the seasonal decoration. They grew strong because you turned towards the light for them for decades. They blossomed because you poured your own life force into the soil. And if they have forgotten this, let it be. Life itself is the great teacher. The turning of time has a way of revealing what is essential. They too will know the seasons of aging, and perhaps then, they will remember how you stood, how you chose serene solitude over a seat at a table that did not honor you. There is no dishonor in walking away from a space where you are not seen. There is, however, a profound sadness in staying, in wilting under the weight of being overlooked. You are not fading. You are not irrelevant. You are the culmination of a life of resilience, of wisdom, of stories too deep for a shallow understanding. And your light does not dim just because others may be momentarily blind to it. So, do not go to your children if the journey requires you to leave your self-worth behind. Go when your presence is a celebrated event, when your stories are a welcome treasure, when your perspective is sought, not politely endured. Go when you are seen not merely as a parent, but as a soul forged in the fires of life, standing in quiet, unshakable strength. And until then, walk new paths, create beauty. Guide a younger person who listens with an open heart. Plant a garden. Write down your wisdom. Laugh from your belly. Dance with the wind. Sit under the trees. Make friends who remember your birthdays. Sip tea in quiet stillness and smile. Smile because you no longer need to be needed to know you are alive. And if this touches something deep within you, if you feel that quiet recognition in your heart,